I'm ready to debate Donald Trump. I have agreed to the previously agreed upon September 10th debate. He agreed to that previously. Now it appears he's backpedaling, but I'm ready. And I think the voters deserve to see the split screen that exists in this race on a debate stage. And so I'm ready. Let's go.
Yes, the mainstream media is extremely annoying these past few days. The day Kamala Haris stepped in, a lot has changed. They are spewing nonsense like never before. They are trying to recreate Kamala Haris to somebody else, like she is the strongest candidate ever existed.
I'm not donating $45 million a month to Trump. What I have done is I have created a PAC or super PAC, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Simply call it the America PAC. It's sort of a legal entity that can receive funding. That funding can then be used to help with political campaigns. It's not meant to be sort of a hyper-partisan PAC. The intent is to promote the principles that made America great in the first place. So I wouldn't say that I'm, for example, MAGA, or Make America Great Again. I think America is great. I'm more MAG, Make America Greater. And there's some core pillars, some core values that have, I think, made America great. One of them is being a meritocracy. Yes, as much of a meritocracy as possible, such that you get ahead as a function of your hard work and your skill, and nothing else.
Yeah.
Which is why I would be opposed to, for example, things like DEI. It's not like America's been purely a meritocracy, but it has been more of a meritocracy than any other place,
right,
which I regard as good.
Yeah.
So promoting meritocracy, promoting freedom, freedom to operate, meaning like the least amount of government intervention possible. And this is, I think,
yes, for people who don't understand this clip, AP published an article recently, and from that article, they made it clear that Elon Musk is donating this amount of money to Trump, which was false. Elon Musk had to debunk that news, but I'm supporting Trump all the way. I created a path that can support principles that American want. That is what exactly he did. So you will understand manipulation. The mainstream media will put out, I think I reported on that.
It's not like America's been purely a meritocracy, but it has been more of a meritocracy than any other place,
right,
which I regard as good.
Yeah.
So promoting meritocracy, promoting freedom, freedom to operate, meaning like the least amount of government intervention possible. And this is, I think, important to fight because the natural tendency over time, sort of almost like entropy, is that the hand of government gets heavier every year.
Yep.
The laws and regulations accumulate every year, and these laws and regulations are immortal. You have to really take an active role in reducing the number of laws and regulations. Otherwise, as more and more laws and regulations are passed, eventually everything becomes illegal.
Right. And
you start getting into these Orwellian situations where action A is illegal and action B is illegal, and there isn't anything you can do that is legal.
Right. And it has made me not to actually even do videos on this. Now, they are telling me that Trump is scared of debating her. Very concerning. When I see this spewing out on social media, there are videos I'm going to show you. They want Trump to trash her so they can step in and say, oh, go aside. They want the same thing that happened to Biden to happen to her. Trump is wise enough to say, oh, I will not debate any person unless it is official. And Democrats are now turning it around that he is scared.
At least I was caught by surprise. I was shell-shocked by how low Donald Trump and his supporters could go against Hillary Clinton on sexist and misogynist remarks. Remember when he showed up with women who had accused Bill Clinton of sexual impropriety to the debate? But what Hillary Clinton went through is paling in comparison to what they are putting Kamala Harris through just in a week. The remarks are vile. They are trying to make her dating history an issue. And listen, if you guys want to do that, if you guys want to make her dating history and her personal history an issue? Let's do that, okay? Bring it on. You want to talk about Donald Trump, who was found liable for sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll? You want to talk about Donald Trump, who has 5 children from 3 different mamas? How would Kamala be treated if she was that?
I don't know if these people are just forming this or this is actually what is existing. Every person on social media has their way to pass their own message. So seeing posts people are putting out, oh, they want to go back into our dating life. It is crazy. You hear them say this on a daily basis. Now take a look at
Donald Trump and his campaign have suggested that he may not follow through with the debate in September that had been scheduled to be with President Biden. Now, of course, would be the vice president, assuming she does wrap up the nomination as expected. What do you make of that?
It's extraordinary. Tough talk is this guy's calling card. And now there's this extraordinary show of weakness. He agreed to, he said anytime, any place. But more than that, he agreed to this specific debate on this specific network on this specific date. And now he's pulling out. And of course, it shows that he's afraid. It shows that he knows if the two of them are on a stage together, it's not going to end well for him. So this is a campaign that really has struggled to be about anything but Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And I think that's the bigger pattern that you're seeing here and part of why the Trump campaign is having such a hard time adapting. Think about it, just in a matter of 2 or 3 days, our campaign adapted to literally the biggest possible change, which is a change in the top of the ticket. And yet, within a couple of days, that support consolidated and that message was clear. They, meanwhile, have been flailing in a way that shows they're unable to adapt. And to me, it's not just that their entire strategic apparatus was built around tearing down Joe Biden. I think there's something deeper, which is,
yes, this is what Trump campaign sent out, given the continual political chaos surrounding Crook Joe and the Democrat Party. General election debate details cannot be finalized unless Democrats formally decide on their nominee. There is a strong sense by many in the Democrat Party, namely Barack, the Kamala Haris is a person who cannot beat Trump, and they are still holding out for someone better. Therefore, it will inappropriate to schedule things with Harris because Democrats very well could still change their mind. This was clear and concise.
I have created a PAC or super PAC, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Simply call it the America PAC. It's sort of a legal entity that can receive funding. That funding can then be used to help with political campaigns. It's not meant to be sort of a hyper-partisan PAC. The intent is to promote the principles that made America great in the first place.